Hello, everyone. Good evening from all of us here to all of you, all the FMG graduates all around the globe. Miss welcomes you on this YouTube Miss FMG channel on this special occasion. There are two important things which have happened today. One, your forms have been declared by the NBE, and we are 60 days away from our examination. So I, Dr. Kunal, take the proud privilege to have with me today Dr. Amit Gupta sir, Dr. Deepa Gupta ma'am, and Dr.
Hello.
Vineet Gupta sir here. And the agenda today would be telling you that what you have to do when you're filling up the forms and what you have to do for the next 2 months for your preparation. It has been a while that we have come in front of you, and it gives us immense pleasure to be present. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Great.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you.
everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. And I hope this session would be fruitful to give you some important infos and some important insights.
Now, as the forms have been declared today, the important dates which have come
Yeah.
for the forms that are very important, and like they have said that since today 3 p.m. in the afternoon till 20th of June, you can fill up the forms. Now, the important point is that we all make mistakes. We all are very worried about certain documents and what we have to do and what not. So there are important things which you have to see when you are doing the payments. This is the first question which comes to our mind, that sir, we are filling up the forms, everything is right, but the payment is being deducted from the bank, but the website is not showing it. What we have to do at this point of time? Now, practically, there are two options. One, if you can wait for 48 hours, that is what NBE tells us, that you wait for 48 hours and
And
it will
recheck
be
it, yeah.
reflected. If you can wait for it, that will be the ideal choice. But if you can't, then you fill the form once again, but that is not advisable because you have to change the email ID again then. So you have to wait for 48 hours, it will be reflected. If not, then try again. Now the question comes, what if we'll not get the desired center? Now that is not in our hands. What we have seen is, on day one, there are particular centers which are filled very quickly and they stop showing it. And after a few days, again, those centers, they come back. So it is all, depending on luck. So don't worry about that. This is one thing we want to say. Then, very important thing which they have to take care is, beta, regarding your names, your email ID and your phone number. Please, for God's sake, do not make a mistake in that, because they have mentioned it very, very, very clearly in the bulletin that it will not be edited at any point of time. Even in the edit windows, you cannot change it. And to talk to NBE, your email IDs are the main source. So do not make a mistake in filling up the email IDs. Then on the first edit window will be on 7th of July, which will be open till 10th. And you will be able to change any problem with the photograph, any problem with your thumb impression, and any problem with your signatures. How you have to put up the photograph, thumb impression, and signatures, for that, these are the images which have been given by them. Just see. Do not have a cropped image, do not have a sideways image, and do not have a black and white image. It should be clearly visible, your image, not more than 3 months back. Okay, so make sure that we are not saving money and we are going to the photograph shop and we are taking the photographs out. Okay, proper photograph yours. Then for the thumb impression, see beta, you have to make sure that they are properly visible. Stain should be proper and they should be in the center. It should not be half of the thumb is coming, or it is straightways, up is cut, down is cut. It should not be like that. And for the signatures also, make sure it is not only your initials. Make sure you're not making only just writing the first name, that's it. No, it should be in the center. It should be properly visible, your signature. If even after doing this, they would feel that there is some discrepancy in what you have uploaded, they will give you a mail on your email ID. So do not worry. And you can change it, as they have mentioned, between 7th to 10th July.
That means the checking of emails is also very important, because
Yeah,
all the
continuously.
students would be busy in studies,
Yeah.
and they might miss on some important information. So,
Last time also, sir, it happened. A lot
Yeah.
of students, they missed on the email. So, beta, email checking is very, very, very important.
And I think one important point while filling the name, it is also very important because whatever the name is given on their official document
Yes.
as a ID
Same
proof,
spelling.
the same spelling, same surname, because some are adding their father's name, their surname. So it should be in that particular sequence only. Otherwise, it will not match with the ID what
yes.
they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah,
show in
yeah.
the examination. It cannot be edited also.
Yeah, you can't.
So take proper care right at the time.
Yeah. And the second window, beta, where you can change your degrees. I mean, in the sense, if there is any deficient document you have, or any by mistake you have uploaded a wrong document at the portal where you have to upload your degrees, you can edit that, and that edit window will be open till 13th of July. So in the second edit window, you can change the deficient documents. And the third and the final edit window will be from 18th of July till 20th of July. 30th of July, we have the exam. We are talking 10 days before till the examination. You can change if there is any problem. But as sir has rightly mentioned, that you should be checking your email on continuous basis. That does not mean that you are doing it, 10 times in a day. But yeah, every day, please check it. If there is any deficiency email coming from NB, you should reflect on it.
And check the spam mails also.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't.
spam, junk, everything.
Yeah, that is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Many
you
times-
miss out on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the admit card will be issued on 25th of July. And the examination date, as we all know now, it is foolproof, because when the examination circular came, people were thinking that, they might not take it on 30th of July. But now it is final. It is happening on 30th of July. We have 60 days time before that, and we are going to rock. And the declaration of result would be by 30th of August, the victory day. And one more thing, sir, I want to add here, that they have mentioned regarding the people who can appear in the exam. They have mentioned that you should be having your passing certificate from your universities before 30th of April.
Yeah, that means the degree completion certificate should be before 30th of
30th.
April.
It should be mentioned over
2023.
there.
It may be provisional. That is acceptable.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it should be before 30th.
30th
Yeah,
April.
yeah. So before 30th of April, even a provisional will be all right to give the exam, but it should be mentioned over there that you have completed before 30th of April. Anybody completing after that, as per the notification which we have got, you will not be eligible.
Great. So I think the students would be keeping all this in mind, and when you are filling up the application forms, please do not panic, beta. Please have all the detailed information right in front of you, check everything, and then fill up the form. And before you are submitting, please do check it again.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, yeah, that would help you.
Beta, देखो, do not, rush in filling up the forms quickly just to get the centers, because we are already in the anxiety state. Our things are becoming real now. In 60 days, we have the examination, so we are worried about what we have to prepare. And if, if by mistake we are creating any kind of, mistake in filling up the forms, and then it create more anxiety to us. So we don't want to get it. So be cautious when you're filling up the forms.
And I think before submission, just read twice whatever the areas you had filled. So there should not be any problem. And you can take a screenshot also, what credential you had filled in that. So you are
So you
having the
back up
idea.
it, yeah.
Ki bhai, you might be thinking that you had just typed right, but sometimes the auto correction happens in the computers also. So they are
Yeah.
making the mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's a very important problem, because you think that you had just entered the correct things, but computer
computer
महाराज
will
ने अपने आप जो है
कर
auto
दिया, and
correction
then
कर
you
दिया.
yourself are
हाँ.
surprised at the thing what I did.
Bilkul. So before submitting, you just read
Read it
twice.
twice.
Right. So please be careful what Deepa ma'am has just said, right?
And
Now-
name, email ID, and phone number, they are so important. Then otherwise, how NB would communicate to you?
And they have
Obviously.
mentioned, sir, that these are the only three things which will not be able to change.
Yes.
So it should be very, very, very well thought.
And check the ID, passport, same spelling.
Yeah, that is also important. And for the eligibility certificates, people who are required to get the eligibility certificates, contact NMC. There is no other way to get it. Nobody can help you in that. You have to continue, talking to NMC to get it. If it is required for you to fill it up without the eligibility certificate, you'll not be able to give the exam.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
would just suggest that try to send an email 3 times in a day to NMC if there is any issue with the eligibility certificate, because that is one of the most important medium to communicate with the NMC.
Yeah. Rather, I would say that's the only medium actually.
Yeah.
They're not picking up the calls
Cool.
also.
Yeah.
So that's the only medium. Please do it. Now we come on to the second part of it. That is your schedule. What you have to do for the next 60 days for your preparation.
What time the student should wake up?
So they are waking up 7 in the morning.
Okay. So they
And-
would be sleeping late.
No, sir. We have kept it in such a way that they sleep at 12 and get at 7, sir, because we personally believe that good sleep is most important.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely correct.
So-
If I am not able to sleep properly, I might not be able to teach properly.
Definitely. It happens
Sir,
with me
sir,
also.
Sleep
बेटा
comes.
7 घंटे सुला रहा है मिस्ट allowing 7 hours for sleep. इतना बढ़िया शेड्यूल बनाया है.
So,
And yes, so what Amit sir rightly pointed out, that this schedule has not been prepared in 1 hour or 2 hours. It has taken good sufficient time to carve out each and every minute detail and share this study plan.
So go through it properly.
you have to, sir, एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा है लगातार, सर रिपीटर के लिए क्या डॉक्यूमेंट की नीड है बेटा? इफ यू आर रिपीटिंग देन द लास्ट टाइम वट एवर यू हैव uploaded.
He would have got the admit card, right?
Yeah.
So there is
Whatever-
no change basically.
no.
Yes.
Right.
The only thing they are expecting more you to fill is the last time roll number. That is what they're asking. That is what they're asking.
Yeah, I received few queries regarding this. That should they fill their last time roll number or not?
Yeah.
there's a
It's not a
column.
problem, sir. It is good that they should fill. People have this wrong thinking that they will see the marks and accordingly they'll do. Actually, they are doing it so that they know that last time we have given the admit card to the person, so checking of the document becomes easy.
Yeah, because many a times we keep on thinking that last time we scored 148, so and we will just copy paste those marks
Yeah.
like that.
No.
So yeah, authentically,
It doesn't
we-
happen.
Yeah, it doesn't,
doesn't
happen, and it should not. Right.
Now, in this schedule, what we have tried to do till 15th of July, we have given you a schedule when you're waking up at 7 and sleeping at 12. We have divided your days into two halves, the first part and the second part, and we have tried to keep every part engaging for you. We have given you good 1 hour of lunch break where you can eat and have a little bit of nap if you want to, and we have given you half an hour's break in the first part and the second part. Now, sir, could you elaborate a little more in this?
Yeah, I would like to elaborate this in detail. As you can see, if we go on day 1, suppose 1st of June, you're waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Then 1 hour is the time for your day-to-day normal routine natural calls. Then the first thing what we are supposed to do in the morning is focus on the weak areas. Weak areas means there would be a lot of topics. So you need to make a proper indexing of those topics where you feel that you're not able to remember them nicely. So the first 2 hours in the morning where you have a nice attention plan, you have to focus on those topics very carefully and sincerely. Once you are done with that, then comes that 5-hour story for one subject, wherein you take a half an hour break in between. And then you can take multiple breaks also, maybe of short duration after maybe half an hour or so. And then once you are done with the first major subject in 5 hours, then there is a lunch break. Then another 5-hour session starts. That is, suppose you are taking lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So 1 hour break, and then 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock is the second major subject, right? Though we have kept the schedule in such a way that 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock or maybe 6 o'clock would be something where you have just taken the lunch, and these are hot days, so you might be feeling a bit sleepy, but try to keep yourself as attentive as possible, and try to keep the interesting parts of that particular subject from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, especially in the evening. And then again in this evening 5-hour session, you get half an hour break. Then from 9 o'clock onwards, 9 to 10 would be your dinner time, and then you have to spend another 1.5 hours. Now this later part of the day, that is almost before you sleep, we have tried that many times we get a lot of butterflies, that what has to be done for the recent year questions, what has to be done for the revision videos, the T&D sessions, when I should watch them. We all at MIST do believe that recent year questions are extremely important. So whatever videos you feel that you wish to watch related to revision, test discussion, or recent year questions, the last part of the day, wherein you would be feeling a bit exhausted, I think that would be the time when you can focus on those interesting areas, on those videos, so that you gain the confidence also that you are doing the questions as well. So recent year questions, basically, that would be from uh, say 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And then one thing which we believe is that if you are going to sleep at 12 o'clock in the night, then many a times, if you are going to sleep with your books and you have just completed your revision or something, during your sleep, you get such dreams that you are just revising those pages, what you were thinking of. So that might affect the quality of sleep. To have a good quality of sleep, it is always better to remain away from the whole day story at least 20 minutes before your sleep time. So we have carved out that half an hour before sleep. Do not focus on the studies or on your workbooks or on the revision part, but think of something else. Maybe listen to some light music, or maybe talk to your parents, or maybe 11:30 would be quite late for the parents, so you can just talk to some of your friends, or anything which keeps you away from your books just before you go to bed. And then every day you have got 7 hours sleep. Herein, I would like to make a special mention that since the exam day, the students' entry will start at 7 o'clock in the examination
yeah.
hall, and the first entry will close at 8:30.
Yes.
So no student is allowed after 8:30.
Yes.
Even 1 second late is not allowed at all. That means on the exam day, the student should wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Minimum, sir, minimum.
Yeah.
So I think for
Because
the
they have to travel.
last 5 days, they can change their sleep pattern.
Yeah. So if you look at the last part of this section, that from 16th of July onwards, 16th July to 30th of July, you will find that the waking up time has changed. From 7 o'clock, it has changed to 6:30. And then if you move down in the waking up time only, you see that from 6:30, it has come down to 6 o'clock. And then it is coming down to 5:30. And then it is coming down to 5 o'clock. Because many a times it becomes difficult to suddenly change the sleep cycle. If you want to have the maximum output on the exam day, we believe that you all are working very, very hard. You are continuously working, you are continuously revising, learning the things, but ultimate story is the exam day story. So we want that you should have maximum attention on the exam day. For that, you have to regulate your daily cycle in such a way that exam day you should not feel anything different. Right?
And the early day starts, sir, the better it would be.
Yeah. So it is always better to start early, because otherwise, if they are sleeping late, they're waking up late, and then suddenly changing for the exam day, it creates a panic on the exam day, and unnecessary, they may mark some wrong answers for that.
Here, I just want to add one more thing. Like during the exam days, they should be fully alert from 9 o'clock till 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they should try to avoid sleeping in afternoon post lunch.
Yeah.
Because that's a very, very important practical point. What happens between the two papers? They eat something, and it's such a hot weather. They might be feeling sleepy
Yeah.
in the second session.
And that's how we have done in this schedule also. No? We didn't allow them to sleep in the afternoon.
Huh.
We are giving only 1 hour lunch break. That's
Huh.
all.
So, but in that lunch break, because sometimes they say that I had taken a lunch in 15 minutes, so I can utilize in taking rest.
a very
So
important
that
point,
is
you know.
important,
Yeah.
because second part is clinical. So
Yes.
if they're not able to focus, they can make silly mistakes. So
Yeah.
you should avoid sleeping in
Afternoon.
daytime.
And one interesting thing which ma'am has pointed out, if you look in the schedule, the lunch time before your exam is also matching the lunch time on the exam day.
This is why I told you, please listen to this schedule very carefully, because it took many days to prepare this schedule.
Yeah. So you see this 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is the lunch time on 29th of July. So I think this is definitely going to help you. And in this, if we go down regarding the subjects right from the starting, so what we have tried to do is 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, you are going to cover those weak topics. This does not mean the weak subjects. Please be specific about it. It is the weak topics. Like there would be certain topics, maybe in pharma, you're not able to memorize certain things in biochemistry, or maybe some data in PSM, right? Or maybe hernia classification in surgery. So these all things you have to focus in that 8 to 10 a.m. slot. And then if you look at the 5 hours session, all the subjects are getting covered almost twice. And if you look at the later part, say 10 o'clock to 11:30 in the night, again, a different subject is being covered. So overall, what we have tried to do is, if you follow this schedule strictly, you'll be able to turn on the pages of all the 19 subjects 5 times.
That's
Great,
Five
great,
times.
great.
Five.
Right. So I think this will definitely help you. And the last thing which I would like to mention in this is the recent year questions.
Yeah, sir.
Just before the exam, if you go there,
Yes.
so
From 20th.
that particular session which Amit sir was pointing out, and ma'am was pointing out that after the lunch, you tend to feel sleepy.
Yeah.
So if you focus on those recent year questions in that sleepy period, I think
That keeps you mentally
Yeah.
active.
mentally
Mentally
active.
And also in the morning, 8 to 10 a.m., when we are telling you to go through the weaker areas, weaker topic. So that's a very smart way to connect the dots among various subjects, weaker areas among various subjects. And once you connect the dots, neurons are wired together, and the neurons which are wired together, they are fired together, so they will be fired together during the exam day, because it becomes very difficult to understand this question belongs to physio or patho or pharma or medicine. So if you have developed a habit of connecting the dots of weaker areas among various subjects, you yourself can realize how beautiful it would be and how it will increase the speed of recall for that particular question in examination hall. So things are really very, very important. Very small things, tiny is big, small is big. कभी कभी हम ये सोचने लगते हैं यार कोई बहुत बड़ी बात होगी तो उसको मानेंगे, कभी कभी बहुत छोटी बात ना बहुत बड़ा काम कर देती है, जैसे तिनका कहते हैं ना, कभी कभी तिनके का सहारा। तो छोटी छोटी बातें कभी कभी बड़ा कमाल दिखाती हैं एग्जाम वाले दिन।
बहुत बढ़िया.
It is, sir, we can take it anyway, but God has been kind that the exam is happening on 30th of July. So they have got the time.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
everyone, we believe that everyone has studied and the course is done. So they have time, proper 2 months time
To revise.
follow this particular
Dr.
timetable.
Kunal, smart listening would be everyone listening to this video should score at least 225 marks.
Yeah.
They should try to
Yeah,
score
yeah.
225
Because you have
because
60
we have
days.
ample time.
Yeah, and 5 times revision is not, is not a joke. And if you follow this, because we believe that you people must be very serious since the start. You might have not covered all the 19 subjects properly, but majority of the subjects you must have listened and tried to cover. So if you follow this timetable for next 2 months, believe us, that is going to give
It
you.
may take you 1 or 2 hours to understand the schedule, where mist is allowing you to sleep for 7 hours. And at the same time, we are providing you how many number of revisions? 5.
And बेटा sleeping is very important, because जब ज़्यादा पढ़ाई सोच के सोओगे ना बेटा तो सपने खराब आएंगे. So वो सपने खराब आएंगे तो next दिन डर के उठोगे. And when you'll wake up in anxiety, so the whole day will go in, in thinking क्या होगा
और
हमारा.
ज्यादा अच्छा सोओगे, सारा दिन अच्छा पढ़ोगे, अच्छा एब्जॉर्ब करोगे, अच्छा रिटेन करोगे, अच्छा रिकॉल आएगा एग्जाम वाले दिन.
I think this is the whole story about the study plan.
Yeah.
And the very important point, we have acclimatized you. So we have, we are just reducing the waking hours now. You will wake up at 5 o'clock, approximately a few days before examination, maybe 5 days, 10
And
days.
again, 7 hours sleep is there on 29th.
सोना ही है. कोई भी बेटा कई बार क्या होता है, समटाइम्स वी गो थ्रू मैनी यूट्यूब वीडियोस. कोई कहता है यार 4 घंटे सो लो, कोई कहता है 3 घंटे सो लो, कोई बोलता है 2 ही घंटे सो लो ना. 2-3 घंटे सोने से कुछ नहीं होता. कम से कम 6 to 7 hours का स्लीप चाहिए ही चाहिए. और मिस ने 1 घंटा ज्यादा ही दे दिया 6 घंटे से. 7 hours सुला रहे.
Acha, I have few questions यहाँ पे.
Yes.
Ki lot of students would be having the query ki now we have got 60 days time. All the subjects have been done nicely. Should we stick to the same notes? Should we do the same revisions, or should we try to go for some more sources and try to have some more data?
Never. Stick to the same notes, beta. Stick to the same notes. Give more number of revisions for same note. हमेशा याद है ना what Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali used to say? They were least afraid of the person who knew 10,000 variety of kicks. But they were most afraid of the person who has practiced single kick multiple times because that person will slash them in just one kick. हमारा kick क्या है बेटा? Our kick is our notes. अवर वर्कबुक्स अवर नोट्स इनको जितनी बार रिवाइज करेंगे हम उतना स्ट्रांग हो जाएंगे उतना बेटर रिटेन करेंगे एग्जाम में उतना अच्छा रिकॉल आएगा तो उसी नोट्स को बेटा बार बार पढ़ना है ज्यादा फालतू के कंटेंट का मशरूमिंग मत करना लॉट ऑफ कंटेंट इज अवेलेबल और मिस्ट हमेशा ऑनेस्ट और सिंसियर एडवाइस देता है एनी स्टूडेंट चलो सपोज कोई स्टूडेंट किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे पढ़ रहा है किसी दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म पे तो द एडवाइस फ्रॉम मिस्ट वुड बी कि रिवाइज योर नोट्स अगर मिस्ट के नोट्स थोड़ा सा ब्रशिंग करने के लिए देखना है देख सकते हो लेकिन कोर वही होना चाहिए देखो अपने आप से ईमानदार रहो हम जो अभी तक पढ़े हैं अगर उसी को रिवाइज करेंगे तो ज्यादा बेटर आउटपुट दे देंगे
बहुत बढ़िया
आई थिंक क्योंकि इसमें ये भी कहा जाता है कि 80% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द 20% ऑफ द कंटेंट
Yes.
दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट तो मोर यू रिवाइज more you clear your concepts about those questions, those areas, you will be able to answer 80% of the questions. And 80% means 240 marks. So
Yes.
little bit more, you are the topper of that exam. So I think each one of you is having the potential to top the exam. बेटा पास होना तो बहुत छोटी चीज है.
225 प्लस तो सबके आएंगे जो इस वीडियो को सुन रहा है ये शेड्यूल 7 घंटे की नींद सोच के देखो 7 घंटे की नींद और 5 बार रिवीजन 224 नहीं बनने का 225 या उससे ज्यादा
जैसा अमित सर ने कहा है ना एक ही किक मल्टीपल टाइम्स छोड़ना नहीं
बस
स्टिक टू द सोर्स लगे रहना हिम्मत हारना नहीं और इस पे फोड़ देना एकदम
सर एक चीज और बताओ सर क्वेश्चन कितने करने हैं रोज ये मतलब ये तो दिस ऑलवेज कम्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस सर हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस बिकॉज आई वाज इंटरैक्टिंग विद समवन he said sir I did 30,000 questions so I asked the guy I said beta give me the source from where you did 30,000 questions I also want 30,000
डॉक्टर कुणाल लेट मी जस्ट एक्सप्लेन समथिंग हियर बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स का कंसर्न होता है दे आर स्टिकिंग टू द नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन so if you go through the MIS curriculum we are providing ample number of questions in our weekly topic wise test also then subject wise test then multiple mock tests and various questions on our social media telegram etc सी बेटा मैं एक छोटा सा बात बोलता हूँ इफ यू मग अप 1 लाख क्वेश्चन आई विल गिव यू 100 क्वेश्चन पेपर 100 क्वेश्चन पेपर you may not be able to solve more than 50 questions. If you go through the content properly, 1 lakh or 2 lakh questions may be framed from that content only. क्वेश्चन कहाँ से बनता है बेटा क्वेश्चन तो कंटेंट से बनेगा ना जब हमको कंसेप्ट आता है जब हमको किसी डिजीज के बारे में कंटेंट आता है यार क्या है एक नेक्स्ट एग्जाम कभी कभी कहने लगते हैं यार नेक्स्ट आएगा कब आएगा नेक्स्ट एग्जाम वुड बी ए वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम क्या पूछेगा यार एक पेशेंट को कोई बीमारी है ना उसको पहले 2 साल पहले क्या सिम्टम आए थे उसके बाद उसने इन्वेस्टिगेशन क्या कराया था क्या ट्रीटमेंट लिया था क्या एडवाइस मिली थी आज उसको कौन सा सिम्टम डेवलप हो गया अब वो आपके पास आया है तो एग्जाम क्वेश्चन की लास्ट लाइन क्या होगी व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट स्टेप और व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट इन्वेस्टिगेशन व्हाट वुड बी द नेक्स्ट मैनेजमेंट फॉर हर व्हाट वुड बी द बेस्ट मैनेजमेंट फॉर हर तो इस सब के लिए व्हाट वी नीड टू नो द कोर कंसेप्ट ऑफ अ डिजीज हमको जब तक वो नहीं आता किसी क्वेश्चन को रटने का फायदा नहीं है बेटा इफ यू मग अप ए क्वेश्चन examiner just change one word in the question answer will change okay examiner does not change one word in the question examiner just put a better option than that option then again the option will change हम तो वही ऑप्शन रट के गए थे हमने वो मार्क कर दिया एग्जामिनर ने उससे बेटर ऑप्शन रख दिया हुआ सारा क्वेश्चन वही
to assess yourself 30 questions 30 to 40 questions are
In a day.
30 40 they're enough but those 30 40 50 questions
Quality questions
beta
only.
quality questions and they should usually be from the content which you have gone through during the day
True.
बेटा जो उस दिन में पढ़ा है अगर उसके क्वेश्चन करोगे ना तो करने में मजा भी आएगा और कॉन्फिडेंस भी आएगा यार ये पढ़ा था और इसके क्वेश्चन मुझसे बन गए हो गया बात बन गई तो थोड़ा सिंक्रोनाइज करके चलना हफाजात नहीं करना
And I just want to add one thing, because what we see practically when we post questions on our Telegram group. So what I had seen, if I post 10 questions, so within next 1 minute, all the 10 questions has been attempted. So I usually think that how fast they are in reading all the
They are
questions.
waiting within 1 hour, 300, 1.5 hour, 900.
So what I mean to say, they should be reading the questions properly and then putting the answer. What they do, they just casually read and just click the answer and they are making the mistakes. So at least board is also giving you 1 minute to read the question.
And then within 5 minutes, they are sending messages, sir, why this is the answer?
Because you had not read the question properly. So at least give 1 minute to read the question properly, understand the concept, and then try to answer.
And then go for it.
Don't be in a hurry कि भाई ये आपका काम है and you have to do. No, because many times there is a trick in that question. Some words has been changed and you might be thinking, okay, I had seen this question day before yesterday on some other platform and the same question. No, some trick must be there, some word has been changed, and that's why Dr. Amit has
और मैं तो
rightly
करता ही
said,
हूँ 10 दिन पहले के क्वेश्चन में एक वर्ड चेंज
you
कर देता हूँ
don't mug up the answers. You have to understand the concept of that particular subject or particular area to get the correct answer out of that.
हर
So be
क्वेश्चन
alert.
को नई बॉल की तरह खेलना है.
Yes.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Be
What
alert.
Deepa ma'am has said, I think जो पीछे जो डेटा एनालिटिक्स इन्वॉल्व है मिस्ट के, उन्होंने भी ये फीडबैक दिया कि बच्चे जो टेस्ट अपीयर करते हैं, व्हाट इज द ड्यूरेशन, एवरेज ड्यूरेशन ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर स्टूडेंट इन आंसरिंग दिस क्वेश्चन. तो द एवरेज ड्यूरेशन कम्स आउट टू बी 11 to 13 seconds.
बहुत हरी में होते हैं.
And this is the reason for the mistakes.
So read the question very
Beta,
clearly.
there are two Sanjeevani Booty questions which have been told to you. 130 to 40 questions is enough. Okay, they are enough. 60 days for the exam. You're going to solve 1200 questions on your own. And then, the mock test and the subject-wise test and all that will come.
Yeah.
And second thing which has been told, beta, when we are saying something, it means that we have worked on it. Solving a question in 11 seconds doesn't make sense. You have worked so hard. You have taken so many classes. You have worked so hard with your notes.
And be
all
giving
that.
you 1 minute to solve a question.
So at least read the question twice. If it's a single liner also, read the question twice.
Because NB is not giving you the extra points if you are completing your paper within 30 minutes or the 40 minutes.
10
for
सेकंड
that.
वाले को मुकुट लगा के नहीं ले जा रहे.
That's right.
Somebody was asking for the PDF, so we will be sharing the entire PDF in the comment section of this video. You can take it from there, and thank you very much, all of you, for your lovely comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We all love you.
So I think till now you are very clear that why you are studying, to clear your exam, to get the permission to wear the white coat and stethoscope. You had already known this, that how to study. The well-designed study plan is with you. But very important point is that with which mindset you are supposed to study. That is a very, very important thing. That if you are studying with a negative thinking, ki what will be my result, or if you are just studying with the positive aspects, that yes, I am doing I am doing my best, and whatever is the rest, just leave on the God. So just try to focus on your studies with a positive mindset, because we are not born as a winner, and we are also not born as a loser also, but we are born as a chooser. So you had chosen this path to become a doctor, so obviously you have to work hard, because success is not like as a end of the season sale is going on and you can go to any shop and you can purchase your certificate. No, you have to work hard to achieve this success. So definitely you have to sacrifice so many things to get the final desired results. And the main important thing is that so many obstacles you will be facing on your way in this journey. But if you're focusing on your goal, then nobody can demotivate you, nobody can stop you in reaching the final endpoint. So not focus on your obstacles, just focus on the goal. Like Arjun has focused on eye of that particular fish, and that's why he was able to get the arrow at particular right point. And as we all know that future is uncertain. What is going to happen with all of us in the next moment, we don't know. So why to worry about that? What is in our hands is the present thing. And our Vedas also say that everything is decided by our karmas. So whatever is of the future is definitely based on our past karmas. But still, if you can just improve your karmas at this present moment, you can change your future. And what is the karma? What we are going to do is just focus on your studies without thinking of the outcome. Just focus on your studies. Just do study. Just be honest to yourself that yes, मैं जितना कर सकता था मैंने उससे ज्यादा किया. I have studied, I have read, I have done anything beyond my scope. अब इससे ज्यादा मैं नहीं कर सकता because individual person is having its own capacity. So you should be honest to yourself. If you are studying 12 hours, 13 hours, beta, parents are not going to enter inside your room and seeing कि आप book पढ़ रहे हो, notes पढ़ रहे हो या उसके अंदर मोबाइल खोल के आप पढ़ रहे हो. They are not going to just come and check again and again. So it is you who have to be faithful to yourself and just try to focus on your present moment, present karmas, and leave everything on the God. Because in May, we cannot say that we had not tried. Because I had tried my level best, whatever is the result, just leave everything on God. And you might be coming across some failures, like many students, they daily message me after the subject test that madam, I'm not able to improve my performance. For the last 5-6 tests, I'm getting the same marks. So I say, beta, don't focus on the marks right now. Just focus on where you are making the mistakes. Because that mistake, I again repeat, which I usually tell in the live classes, the mistake can be because of 3-4 reasons. Reason number 1, you had not read that particular topic, it will not hurt you. You will read that particular topic. Second is, if you had read the topic, you are not able to recall, there is some confusion in the concept, you have to revise the concept. But the third area is very, very irritating and disturbing, that you know the things, you had read that particular topic, but you had made silly mistakes. And that will pinch you forever, especially if you are stucking somewhere between 148, 149, 147. So we have to avoid those silly mistake areas. And mind my words, if you are able to avoid those silly areas, mistakes, you are going to get the 5 to 10 marks extra, and that will be your grace marks. And see how the importance of even a single mark or the 2 mark. Those who are scoring beyond 140, I'll say that they are having enough knowledge. But it is because of the some silly mistakes. So try to avoid the silly mistakes. And this is, you can learn by doing the practice questions or doing the PYQs, that you have to avoid those silly mistakes. Okay, so don't be afraid of demotivated by the mistakes, because every mistake what you are doing will take you towards your success. So every mistake is another step towards your success, until unless you are learning from your mistakes. So try to learn from your mistakes and you will be reaching closer to your success.
Very well said. And I would just like to say this, re-emphasize this, what Deepa ma'am has said, कि जो मैम ने 3 points बताए हैं, उन पे बहुत ध्यान रखना बेटा. और मैम also got emotional while she was sharing that third point, कि वो जो silly mistakes है ना, उसको बिल्कुल नहीं होने देना है. उसके लिए अपने को प्रैक्टिस करना है, उसके लिए ट्रेनिंग करना है. मुकद्दर में किसको क्या मिला, ये तो मुकद्दर की बात है, पर हम कोशिश ही ना करें, ये तो गलत बात है.
Very good, well said. And प्यारे बच्चों, you think that you're not able to retain anything, but you don't know how strong you are. So your capacity and capability is much more what you are estimating yourself. So you are underestimating yourself, but we know that you are having so much of capacity that you can do wonders in this coming world. Okay, so don't worry about this. Just be a focus, and yes, be positive and just focus कि भाई I can do, I can do, I can do. ठीक है, like Three Idiots,
सारे बच्चे
all is
करेंगे।
well, all is well, all is well. ठीक है?
फोड़ेंगे
Just
सारे बच्चे
सब
बिल्कुल,
फोड़ेंगे इस
बिल्कुल।
बार
बिल्कुल
just focus on this.
दिखा
225
देना बेटा अपनी
प्लस
ताकत, हिम्मत नहीं हारना बिल्कुल।
सबके 225
फोड़ना
से
है।
ज्यादा। देखो, your talent is God's gift to you. How you use it, it is your return gift to God. भगवान ने सबको दिमाग दिया है. God has given brain to everyone. As ma'am has said, many students are sending messages that they are getting less marks in the subject test, they're getting less marks. What is the reason? Why you are committing the silly mistake? One reason to commit silly mistake is anxiety. We are over anxious while looking at the question. Reason number two, when we were listening to that particular topic in the class when it was taught, maybe we were not 100% attentive. So we didn't receive it properly from the respective faculty. Third thing, when we were revising it at our home, again, maybe our mobile was in supine position. As I always tell in the class that don't keep mobile only on the silent mode. Please keep it on the prone mode. Because if mobile is in supine position, even if there is a notification, there is a flash of a light, and that flash of a light distracts us. So when you are revising at home, again mobile should be in the prone position, not in the supine position. The idea behind it, we should not be distracted by anything. सावधानी हटी, दुर्घटना घटी. अगर हम पढ़ते समय और रिवाइज करते समय पूरी तरह से अपनी अटेंशन नहीं दे रहे, तो जब क्वेश्चन पढ़ रहे हैं हम एग्जाम में या टेस्ट में, we are not getting the question properly, and if we are not understanding the question properly, how we will have the most appropriate answer for that particular question. So बेटा, जैसे है ना, भगवान ने हम सबको बनाया है, हम सबको दिमाग दिया है, उस दिमाग का यूज हम कैसे करते हैं. किसी के पास दिमाग है, पेट्रोल तो सबके पास है ना, एक उस पेट्रोल से कार भी चला सकता है, एक उस पेट्रोल से पेट्रोल बम भी बना सकता है. इट इज अप टू अस whether we want to make the constructive use of the thing or the destructive use of the thing. तो अपने दिमाग का इन बचे हुए 60 दिन में कंस्ट्रक्टिव यूज करना है. और कंस्ट्रक्टिव यूज कैसे करेंगे? क्लास में भी हमेशा बोलता हूं, क्लास में आए हो, नहा के नहीं आए चलेगा, शैम्पू नहीं लगाया चलेगा, लेकिन यहां से जाने के बाद जब हम अपनी रिवीजन टेबल पर बैठते हैं, अब तो क्लासेस भी हो गया, सिलेबस भी हो गया, सो वंस वी आर सिटिंग ऑन आवर रिवीजन टेबल, स्टडी टेबल, शॉवर ले लो, शैम्पू भी लगा लो, परफ्यूम भी स्प्रे कर लो, रूम में भी एरोमा इज ए वेरी गुड थेरेपी, चाहे छोटा सा अगरबत्ती लगा लो, चाहे थोड़ा सा रूम फ्रेशनर स्प्रे कर लो, क्योंकि जब हम रिवीजन कर रहे हैं, वंस वी आर रिवाइजिंग इन आवर रूम, वी शुड बी इन अ वेरी गुड स्टेट ऑफ आवर माइंड. और हमेशा बोलता हूं क्लास में भी, once we are sitting on the revision table, if we want to talk to our parents, if we want to talk to any of our friends or siblings, talk to them before starting the revision. कोशिश ये करो बेटा कि उनसे पहले बात खत्म करो. हाँ मम्मी, मैंने खा लिया, खाना हो गया, हाँ पापा सब ठीक है, सब चल रहा है. 2 मिनट 3 मिनट काम की बात हो गई, उन्होंने देख लिया बच्चा ठीक है, मैंने देख लिया मेरे मम्मी पापा ठीक है. जब मैं स्टडी टेबल पर रिवीजन के लिए बैठूंगा, देयर शुड बी नो थॉट इन माय सबकॉन्शियस माइंड दैट आई हैव टू टॉक टू माय पापा, आई हैव टू टॉक टू माय मम्मा, और आई हैव टू टॉक टू सम ऑफ माय फ्रेंड. बात समझ आ रही है ना? जब हम रिवीजन टेबल पे बैठेंगे, पूरी 100% अटेंशन अपने कंटेंट को दे देंगे. सारा खेल इसी का है बेटा. जितनी कंसंट्रेशन के साथ इन 60 डेज में हम पढ़ लेंगे और रिवाइज कर देंगे, उतना अच्छा रिकॉल आएगा एग्जाम वाले दिन. और नंबर कितने आएंगे फिर? 225 प्लस. 60 दिन दिए हैं ना भगवान ने. भगवान को क्या रिटर्न गिफ्ट देना चाहते हो सब लोग? वी ऑल शुड गिव रिटर्न गिफ्ट टू गॉड in the form of 225 plus mark. भगवान ने तो गिफ्ट दे दिया ना 60 डेज का, 60 दिन दे दिए, ले 60 दिन पढ़ ले. अब भगवान को रिटर्न गिफ्ट तो दो यार. 225 से ज्यादा नंबर लाएंगे, ऐसा रिटर्न गिफ्ट देंगे, बात बन जाएगी, भगवान भी खुश हो जाएगा. और खुश हो गया ना, तो एग्जाम पास होते ही बढ़िया बढ़िया जगह इंटर्नशिप मिल जाएगी. ठीक है? तो ढंग से रिवीजन करना है, ढंग से पढ़ाई करनी है. तो रिवाइज क्विकली सेम कंटेंट ऑन नेक्स्ट डे. अल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन कहते थे कि जो भी चीज हमने पढ़ी है, आज पढ़ा है ना, वॉट एवर वी हैव स्टडीड टुडे, वी शुड ट्राई टू रिवाइज इट नेक्स्ट डे. एक रिवीजन कर, और प्लीज ट्राई टू गो थ्रू द सेम कंटेंट ऑन डे 5 एंड डे 7 ऑल्सो. मिस ने पूरा शेड्यूल दिया है, पूरा शेड्यूल हमने पढ़ लिया, पूरे सब्जेक्ट्स हम करेंगे. बट इफ पॉसिबल, इफ वी आर एबल टू बाय 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes out of that time try to give some time to that particular topic once again, which we studied yesterday or 5 days back or 7 days back, if possible. And as we have told you in the schedule, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, that we have to go through the weaker area, not of a subject, of any topic, maybe from pathology, maybe from pharmacology, maybe from OBG or surgery or ophthalmology or PSM or anything. Go through those weaker areas of various subjects, not only one subject. What we are doing, we are developing a habit of connecting the dots among various subjects, because ultimately we are preparing ourselves for a one-day match, and that one-day match will be played on 30th of July. 5 hours match will award you MBBS degree in India. 2.5 hours in the morning, 2.5 hours in the evening. So we are preparing ourselves for a 5 hours match, beta. इतनी मेहनत, इतनी पढ़ाई, 19 सब्जेक्ट, इतने सारे टेस्ट, फिर मॉक 1, मॉक 2, मॉक 3, फिर दोबारा टेस्ट. What for? For 5 hours match. अल्टीमेटली ये सारी पढ़ाई तभी काम की है अगर उस दिन काम आई. अगर ये पढ़ाई उस दिन काम नहीं आई तो ये पढ़ाई किसी काम की नहीं है. तो जब भी आज रिवाइज कर रहे हो और आज पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, सामने अपनी स्टडी टेबल पे लिख लो 30th जुलाई वनडे मैच. आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ फॉर वनडे मैच. और उस वनडे मैच में बेटा, समटाइम्स इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट to understand whether this question belong to physio or patho or pharma or medicine or derma or psychiatry or radio. यही पता नहीं चलता यार कि ये क्वेश्चन है किस सब्जेक्ट का. क्लास में पढ़ाते हुए मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं, सबको पता है सर ओबीजी की बात कर रहे हैं, ओबीजी का क्वेश्चन आएगा. तो उस दिन के लिए हमें प्रिपेयर करना है. सो वी विल गो थ्रू 2 hours in the morning as we have given you in the miss schedule to go through the weaker area. So connect the dots, because neurons which are wired together, they are fired together. Solving MCQ is one of the best way to stay mentally active. कई बार क्या होता है बेटा, it becomes monotonous once we are going through that miss schedule which we have just discussed. कभी कभी लगेगा यार सर ने कहा 5 घंटे पढ़ लो, सब्जेक्ट 1 हो गया, फिर 5 घंटे पढ़ लो 4 to 9, सब्जेक्ट 2 हो गया, थोड़ा सा बोरिंग हो रहा है. कभी कभी अगर लगे थोड़ा मोनोटोनी हो रही है तो थोड़ा सा ना एकदम से एमसीक्यू कर लिया. बट एमसीक्यू शुड बी डन फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया विच वी हैव स्टडीड ऑन दैट डे. बेटा एमसीक्यू करने का मजा तभी आएगा ना उसी टॉपिक का, उसी कंटेंट का जो हमने आज पढ़ा है. तो हमको कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा, यार आज पढ़ा था, इसका क्वेश्चन मेरे से बन गया, मेरे को आ गया. और अगर नहीं हुआ सॉल्व तो रेस्पेक्टिव फैकल्टी के पास हम मैसेज भेज सकते हैं कि सर इसका आंसर ये क्यों है, हमें नहीं आ रहा. तो फिक्स अप ए टाइम, इट विल कीप यू मेंटली एक्टिव. फालतू की दूसरी सोशल मीडिया स्टफ्स पे नहीं जाना अगर हम बोर हो रहे हैं. और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात जो सबको पता होगी शायद, वी कैन लॉक आवर सोशल मीडिया ऐप. ये जो हमारी होम स्क्रीन है ना, इस पे केवल एक मेल होना चाहिए, एक SMS मैसेज होना चाहिए, व्हाट्सअप भी नहीं होना चाहिए. 3-4 आइकॉन रखो केवल. अदरवाइज यू कैन लॉक योर इंस्टा, यू कैन लॉक योर FB, यू कैन लॉक योर टेलीग्राम, and you can use the passcode for that. और एक और important technique बताता हूं बेटा, that passcode should not be known to you. You can put a timer there. 1 घंटे बाद इंस्टा ऑटोमेटिकली ऑफ हो जाएगा, 1 घंटे बाद व्हाट्सएप और टेलीग्राम ऑटोमेटिकली ऑफ हो जाएगा मोबाइल में. एंड देन यू नीड टू पुट ए पासकोड टू स्विच ऑन द इंस्टाग्राम. और वो पासकोड आपको पता भी नहीं होना चाहिए. If you know the passcode, you will put a passcode and you will open the app again. That passcode should be known to either your parents. पप्पा से पूछते हुए शर्म आएगी ना, पप्पा इंस्टा 1 घंटे तो देख लिया, दोबारा देखना है, पप्पा जरा पासकोड बताना. पप्पा मुझे फोन करेंगे, है ना. समझ रहे हो बात को? पप्पा के बात समझ लग रही है या नहीं लग रही है? बात अंदर से आ रही है. वो पासकोड किसी और को बता दो बेटा, जिससे पासकोड पूछते हुए शर्म आए. So we should try to limit our social media usage by putting a lock on these various apps. जरूर करना है. एक और इंपॉर्टेंट बात, जहां भी हम रह रहे हैं, कहीं भी होता क्या है यार, ये जोमेटो है, स्विगी है, वी हैव गॉट वेरियस डिलीवरी ऐप. लेटे हुए हैं, सुबह से शाम लेटे हुए पढ़े, वी आर लाइंग ऑन बेड, वी आर स्टडिंग. तभी भूख लगी, यार लेट मी ऑर्डर सम पिज्जा और लेट मी ऑर्डर सम बर्गर, जोमेटो और स्विगी व्हाटएवर. नो, ट्राई टू हैव सम वॉक ऑल्सो. इफ यू वांट टू हैव सम जूस, को जूस पीने जाना है तो खुद चल के जाओ, जूस वाले को फोन मत करो कि मेरे घर डिलीवर कर दे। एक 15-20 मिनट का वॉक हो गया, योर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम विल रिमेन हेल्दी। थोड़ी सी वॉकिंग हो गई, थोड़ा सा अच्छा चल भी लिए और खुद जाके लिया। ऐसा नहीं करना कि सब कुछ अपने आप ही मंगा लिया, बिल्कुल सेडेंटरी लाइफ हो जाएगी। थोड़ा सा फिजिकल एक्टिविटी इट इज रिक्वायर्ड। अवॉइड डिलीवरी एप्स।
सर ने बोला है 20 मिनट्स। ओ, ऐसा नहीं, जूस की जगह कुछ और।
कहीं और चले गए और 2 घंटे
ना
लगा
ना
दिए।
ना 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 ना, वो
Only for 20
नहीं,
minutes.
बच्चे बहुत समझदार।
मैं पूछने वाला था सर से, मेरे जैसे लोगों का क्या होगा जो हिलने ही नहीं जाते?
I think that will serve a purpose of gym or exercise also, because
Yes.
one student is asking, sir gym का time कहाँ है, exercise का time कहाँ है?
Gym
तो
का-
I think यही आपका जो gym और exercise का time
इसी
हो
में
गया।
जिम हो गया।
ठीक है।
And this is called the Pomodoro technique. All of you must be aware that once we are studying, हमने मिस ने एक शेड्यूल दिया है कि 5 hours and then 5 hours. So in this 5 hours study बेटा, suppose शाम को 4 बजे से from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. we are going through our study. So what you do, the smart way would be just study for 30 minutes in a stretch, then take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes break. And that break is not like this that you are going somewhere. Just calm down on your study table only, just relax a bit and just try to have a look at your breathing. You can have some cashew, you can have some almonds, थोड़ा सा किशमिश खा लिया, कुछ भी खा लिया, थोड़ा सा बस थोड़ा सा हेल्दी फूड खाया, थोड़ा सा रूम में चल लिए। तो ये 3-4 मिनट का जो ब्रेक है ना, थोड़ा सर्किट ब्रेक किया हमने, तो सर्किट को थोड़ा रेस्ट मिल गया। एंड देन वी विल पुट अगेन सिंगल स्ट्रेच स्टडी ऑफ 30 आवर। पढ़ना तो पूरे 5 घंटे ही है, लेकिन इस 5 घंटे में थोड़ा 30 मिनट्स के बाद स्टडी टेबल से थोड़ा सा मूव कर लिया। सो योर रिटेनिंग पावर विल इंप्रूव, थोड़ा एब्जॉर्ब ज्यादा होगा, रिटेन ज्यादा होगा। and keep your study room and study table organized. Sometimes, everything is cluttered there. किताबें यहाँ बिखरी पड़ी हैं, नोट्स वहाँ बिखरे पड़े हैं। अपने आप को देख के ही समझ नहीं आता कि यार नीचे वाली वर्कबुक से शुरू करूँ या ऊपर वाली वर्कबुक से शुरू करूँ। सो दे शुड बी अरेंज इन ए सिस्टमेटिक वे ऑन स्टडी टेबल। तो थोड़ा सा देख के मन करेगा कि हाँ यार, आज ये वाले नोट्स पढ़ता हूँ, आज ये वाली बुक पढ़ता हूँ। It will declutter your mind also, because our mind is synced with our notes. And have at least one coconut water daily. Coconut water is magical बेटा, it is miraculous, बहुत न्यूट्रिशियस है, सारी दुनिया जानती है। मैं कोई नया नहीं हूं जो ये वाली बात बोल रहा हूं। आप एक चीज छोटी सी सोच के देखो, irrespective of any religion, irrespective of any mythology, we have वैष्णो देवी in Hindu religion. वैष्णो देवी को क्या चढ़ता है? नारियल। क्या नारियल कश्मीर में पैदा होता है? क्या नारियल जम्मू में पैदा होता है? और वैष्णो देवी को नारियल कब से चढ़ रहा है यार? 100 साल, 200 साल, 400 साल। कहाँ होता है नारियल? साउथ इंडिया। देयर वर नो फ्लाइट्स इन ओल्ड टाइम, देयर वर नो हाई स्पीड ट्रेन्स इन ओल्ड टाइम। कैसे साउथ इंडिया से वैष्णो देवी नारियल पहुंचता था? तो अपने आप सोच के देख लो, जो नारियल हम देवी को चढ़ा सकते हैं, वो नारियल कितना अमृत होगा। सो प्लीज ट्राई टू हैव 1 कोकोनट वाटर एवरी डे एंड रिवाइज एक्टिवली। कई बार क्या होता है, मैनी स्टूडेंट्स कंप्लेन, सर याद नहीं हो रहा, वी आर नॉट एबल टू रिमेन। तो एक ट्रिक हम फॉलो कर सकते हैं। Once we are going through the revision, we can speak out. The placenta previa bleeding is painless, causeless. It is preceded by a small warning hemorrhage. It is bright red. It is recurrent. थोड़ा मुंह से बोल सकते हैं। अगर मुंह से बोल के भी थोड़ा सा याद नहीं हो रहा, एक थोड़ा सा लेंथी है लेकिन थोड़ा सा लिख लो। जब हम किसी चीज को लिखते हैं ना, तो वो लंबे टाइम तक याद रहती है। एक छोटी सी चीज सोच के देखना बेटा, once we are speaking, we speak very fast. Once we are listening to something, we can listen very fast. But can you write very fast? नहीं, आप बहुत तेजी से लिख नहीं सकते। This is why once you are writing, your brain is synced with your writing. Then your brain absorbs and retain it for a longer time. तो अगर याद करने में दिक्कत आ रही है, थोड़ा सा बोल के या थोड़ा सा लिख के कर लो उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया का। कई बार पीएसएम के कुछ फिगर्स होते हैं, कुछ नंबर्स होते हैं, 2.3, 1.008, लिखो फटाफट फटा। तो लिख के थोड़ा सा जल्दी याद हो जाएगा, बात बन जाएगी, एग्जाम वाले दिन याद आ जाएगा।
So there's a very important, there's a lot of questions which are coming. Ki sir, we are motivated, we are studying also, we are giving, a lot of time to the studies, and the output is not coming. We are not able to remember. So this word which Amit sir has written, this is the actively word which sir has said. It is very important, sir,
Yeah.
because one of the biggest mistake which these people, as a student, they are doing is that they are always, when they're revising, it is not, they are doing a passive revision. And how I say that is that they're seeing the video, the notes are open, they're putting it at 2x and just going through it. The faculty is speaking, they're seeing the notes, and everything is there, everything is there. 2 hours of video done, their break
But
is done.
what they're
They have-
missing,
yeah.
sinking
They're not thinking what they have done.
and sinking. They are not able to sink.
And that's why they're not able to revise the recall in the exam.
Recall.
The most important thing is because since now we have time,
Yeah.
generally the technique is that once you have gone through a particular topic, close the work
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then speak it.
And then
Speak
speak it out.
Yes, yes.
That is
That
the
is what
best
had
way.
to be done. So just do not waste time in, always seeing the videos and just, seeing the workbooks. You're revising, you're just reading the workbooks. That is wrong. As sir has said, one topic finished, close it, think. Then only you will understand. Just say, sir, the videos are not going to go in the examination hall. The notebooks are not going to go in the examination hall.
But nobody would
Anything
ask you
else-
कि
Yeah.
दिमाग बाहर रख दो. एग्जामिनर बोलेगा, इन्विजिलेटर बोलेगा, मोबाइल रख दो. कोई ये नहीं कहेगा इस दिमाग को निकाल के बाहर रख दो. No faculty is allowed with you in examination hall. No notes, no book, no workbook is allowed with you in examination hall. But your brain is allowed with you in examination hall. This is why I always keep on saying in my classes, once we are writing in our notes, at the same time, we should try to write in our brain also. Because a question will flash on our computer screen in examination hall. Whom with you will ask the answer here with your brain. There's no faculty with you, there are no notes with you. So try to imprint here. Means try to wire your neuron. The neurons which are wired together, they are fired together. And when what we want in examination hall, firing of neurons like a rainfall. So that we can have recall for 250 or 275 क्वेश्चंस. मजा आ जाएगा ना, बात बन जाएगी ना. 30 जुलाई को बिरयानी खाने का मजा ही अलग आएगा.
And I think one more suggestion here is that if you are staying in hostel, or if you are having a circle of 4-5 friends, you are doing a group study. So 15-20 minutes, what you can do is either you can just join on a Zoom meeting and all. So either you can decide, okay, we'll read this topic, and randomly one will ask a question, another will try to answer. So that will be helping in recalling your content. So the person who is asking the question should also be alert that what he is asking, because he must be knowing the answer for that particular question also, and he should be able to explain to others also. And others should be quite alert also that they have to recall and they have to answer the question. So that will help in rapid revision of that particular content also.
And MIST has advised you in the schedule to go to sleep at 12 o'clock. तो ऐसा तो नहीं है बेटा कि मिस ने कह दिया 12 बजे सो जाओ तो मैं 12 बजे लेटूंगा और नींद आ जाएगी. तो लेटना तो थोड़ा पहले पड़ेगा ना. मीन्स यू हैव टू गो टू बेड अ लिटिल अर्लियर. सो एनी टाइम आफ्टर 11:30 p.m. once you feel sleepy, don't fight with your sleep. If you feel sleepy, that is the blessing of Almighty the Great, because MIST want you to sleep for 7 hours. Go to bed, switch off the lights, stay away from study. पढ़ाई से दूर हट जाना, नोट्स को फेंक देना अपनी स्टडी टेबल पे. Just put the notes on study table, go to bed, switch off the lights, keep the mobile away. Because that light of mobile, that mobile light reduces melatonin. That mobile light, that's a Lancet study, which is the best medical journal in the world. This mobile light reduces the levels of melatonin. और अगर मेलेटोनिन कम हो गया तो नींद नहीं आएगी. तो मोबाइल को सोने से आधा घंटा पहले देखना ही नहीं है. स्विच ऑफ द लाइट, बेड पे चले जाओ, कोई बुक नहीं देखनी, कुछ नहीं देखना. सोते टाइम अच्छी अच्छी मेमोरीज, अच्छा अच्छा म्यूजिक, ज्यादा से ज्यादा यार आज ये पढ़ा था, ये वाले जो जो अच्छा काम किया था, ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ था, ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ था, ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ था, आई सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन, आई स्टडीड दिस, आई सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन, आई स्टडीड दिस, एंड यू आर लिसनिंग टू योर music of choice, and just go to bed. Switch off the light and bring your awareness to your breathing. If you find any difficulty in sleeping, look at your breathing. The breath is going in, the breath is going out, that's all. It is so magical. If you do not realize it today, maybe you will realize it after months or years. टूटना नहीं है. कभी कभी लगने लगता है कि यार पता नहीं कैसे होगा, मैं इसको कर पाऊंगा या नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Because many students are passing through देयर वेरियस सर्कमस्टेंसेस। बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो कनेक्टेड हैं, जिनके घर पे सर्कमस्टेंसेस कुछ ऐसे हैं कि एवरी सेकेंड और थर्ड डे दे आर सेंडिंग मैसेजेस कि सर, एंड कई बार वीडियो कॉल पे कुछ बात करते हैं और फिर रोने लगते हैं, और जब वो अपने घर के बारे में कुछ बताते हैं कि ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, वो परेशान कर रहा है, तो बड़ा दुख होता है। टूटना नहीं है। जब भी कभी ऐसी फीलिंग आए, वंस यू आर फीलिंग वेरी लो, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर देयर इज समवन who knows everything about me in this world. इस दुनिया में मुझसे ऊपर कोई है जो मेरे बारे में सब जानता है, और वो मेरे बारे में कुछ प्लानिंग कर रहा है. And that Almighty the Great is planning something for me, knows everything about me. Just surrender yourself. जब चीज अपने हाथ में ना हो, अपने हाथ बांध लो, अपने आप को अलमाइटी को सरेंडर कर दो और उसको बोल दो, मैं पढ़ रहा हूं, मैं रिवाइज कर रहा हूं, रेस्ट इज इन योर हैंड. वो अपने आप देख लेगा, और जब वो देखता है ना बेटा, तो वो कैसा देखता है ये हम सब जानते हैं. So always be in conversation with Almighty the Great. And after all this syllabus, after all this delivery of the content, मिस ने सारा पढ़ाया है, मिस का सारा content सबके पास है. Just a small little more efforts from Miss side that we are posting some important questions on our Miss Next Telegram group daily. So you can go through this Telegram group also to solve some additional questions.
So in the last, I think हम सब मिलके जो है
yeah.
आपके लिए विश करते हैं.
कोई बच्चों के क्वेश्चंस ऐसे तो नहीं है
सर
कुछ?
क्वेश्चन ये है कि कह रहे हैं कि हम रिपीटर्स हैं, हमारे लिए स्पेशल कुछ बताइए, हमें क्या करना है.
Repeat.
एक ही चीज पे ज्यादा ध्यान देना है कि कोई एडिशनल सोर्सेज इस टाइम पे नहीं लेना. बेसिकली जो हमारी सोर्सेज हैं, अगर आप अपनी वर्कबुक को बंद करके, आंख बंद करके उसको वर्ड टू वर्ड पूरा रिपीट कर सकते हैं, देन you have the luxury कि you can go on solving the different MCQs again and again and try to look at as many images as possible. जैसे in classes also we have discussed कि भाई whatever images coming in the exam, 40% to 50% of the images they are from the standard textbooks,
Yeah.
but few images are also from Google. तो first 5 Google images
Yeah.
दे आर ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो ऐसे में उन गूगल इमेजेस को भी अपन देख सकते हैं, सो दैट वहाँ पे एकदम से कोई नई इमेज आ गई तो
प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी,
मतलब रॉन्ग फुट पे नहीं हो.
एंड डॉक्टर कुणाल कई बार जैसे बोल रहे हैं कि रिपीटर्स से स्टूडेंट्स पर्टिकुलर ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं. द ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज दैट व्हाट रिपीटर स्टूडेंट्स आर थिंकिंग, बिकॉज दे थिंक दैट दे हैव ऑलरेडी गॉन थ्रू द कंटेंट बिफोर, बिकॉज दे अपीयर्ड इन द एग्जाम बिफोर, सो दे थिंक दैट दे हैव मोर टाइम टू go through the different content. Please remember Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee here again. They were most afraid of the person who have practiced multiple kick, single kick multiple time. तो जो कंटेंट हमारे पास है, चाहे वो फ्रेशर स्टूडेंट है, चाहे वो रिपीटर स्टूडेंट है, सबको उसी को ही बार बार पढ़ना है. रूल ऑफ द गेम इज सेम बेटा. गेम का रूल एक ही है. अगर ऐसा लगता है ना यार ये वाले नोट्स तो मैंने पढ़े हैं, मैं कुछ और पढ़ लेता हूं, गलती हो जाएगी. 5 घंटे का मैच है केवल, एंड इन दोज 5 hours वी हैव टू रिकॉल 19 सब्जेक्ट.
पढ़ने में और याद रखने में फर्क है.
फर्क हो जाता है डेफिनेटली.
जो उस दिन काम नहीं आया वो पढ़ाई किसी काम की नहीं.
The PYQs के लिए they're asking that from which year they should do the PYQ of FMG, and are the NEET PG PYQs?
They can do.
Yeah,
They can do.
2019 I would say कि 2019 onwards are
It should be
important.
And
2019.
although we have also incorporated them
Yeah.
in our workbook, in our
Yeah, yeah.
notes also.
वर्कबुक में है, नोट्स में है,
And
plus
all in Miss Holland was
Miss all in one में है.
plus the application what they are using,
Yes.
हाँ.
Yeah.
that also has worked.
हम मिस नेक्स्ट ऐप में भी है जो हमारा.
नेक्स्ट ऐप में भी है
Repeat,
और
उसमें भी
even
है.
इसमें भी आ गया.
हाँ.
We have done that. And so they're asking about the December FMG exam. But
Yeah, it will be there. Don't worry.
It will be
I
there.
would say don't think about it.
It
Don't
should be
think
there.
about it. We have to pass here in July, and in December definitely FMG.
नहीं, maybe
I think-
juniors में भी
I think
asking,
आपको
no?
ज़रा-
4th year और final years में भी
For
asking.
those people, yes, it is gonna be there.
और ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, नाम ही बदलेगा और कुछ नहीं.
पैटर्न वही है, कॉन्सेप्ट
नाम ही
वही है.
बदलेगा. अगर नेक्स्ट आ गया, आज फिर बोलता हूँ, क्वेश्चन ज्यादा डुएबल होंगे, ज्यादा इजीली सॉल्व होंगे.
तो बच्चों को एक बार फाइनल
कई जीत बाकी है, कई हार बाकी है, अभी तो जिंदगी का सार बाकी है। यहाँ से चले हैं नई मंजिल के लिए, यह तो एक पन्ना था, अभी पूरी किताब बाकी। Wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, beta. Thank you for showing your trust and faith every time in Mist. And may God bless you like anything. Wish you all the very best, all of you. And may all of you come out with flying colors from everybody from Mist side. Wish you again all the best. दिखा देना अपनी ताकत.